Hello, students of class 10th. How are you? I hope you all are fine. So, dear students, let us continue with the chapter 7, The Necklace, written by Guy Maupassant. So, dear students, as of now, we have seen in this chapter that this is very, beautiful story about a greedy woman who was not satisfied with his condition and wanted to be rich, wanted to live the life of the rich people. She wanted all the luxurious things in her life. She wanted to live her make her life full of luxury. But what happened, we know very well. So when her husband came with an invitation card for party, she was, instead of being happy, she became sad. She said that she did not have a dress, beautiful dress, which she could wear for the party. Then her husband, he was collecting money to buy a gun as he wanted to join a hunting party. But he gave all 400 francs to her uh, wife to buy the buy beautiful dress. Then she bought the beautiful dress, but when she put on that beautiful dress and she went in front of the mirror, she found that something more was needed to add her beauty. She felt that she must wear, something around her neck to look beautiful. So at this, her husband suggested her to go to one of her friends and ask her and borrow her anything to wear around her neck. And she went to Madame Forestier and borrowed a necklace. It was a beautiful necklace. She was very happy. Wearing the necklace, she went to the party, she danced, she enjoyed. It was, the happiest time of her life. But what was going to happen the next moment would change her whole life. When she was coming back to home, she lost the necklace somewhere. They tried their best to find out the necklace, but they didn't. It made their life miserable. She had to, work day and night. So how, they had to repay for that necklace. It was really miserable for her. They had to replace that necklace with the new one, and the cost of that was 18,000 francs. 36,000 francs. They had to borrow rest money from rest. They had 18,000 francs, and rest 18,000 francs they had to borrow from lenders on interest. So this episode ruined her life. So one day, when she repaid her loan, she was in a park. Then she saw Madame Forestier, and she thought that now she would share how that necklace changed her whole life. She thought, now I have paid off, so I should talk to her. So, dear students, what happened when she talked to Madame Forestier? It's also very interesting. So, let us read and come to know. So, I hope you all have taken out your book. Page number 44. Open your book at page number 44. Now, when she met Madame Forestier, then what happened? She approached her, "Good morning, Ginny," and she wished her good morning. Her friend did not recognize her and was astonished to be so familiarly addressed by this common personage. Personage means an important person. Personage means an important person. Okay. She was shocked, she was surprised being called by this personage. She did not, recognize Matilda. Madame Forestier, the best friend of Matilda, she could not recognize her. Do you know why? Yes, because now she was looking horrible. Her condition was horrible. So that is why her friend Madame Forestier could not recognize her. She stammered, "But madame, I do not know. You must be mistaken." Madame Forestier said, "Madame, I do not know you, and you must be mistaken." "No, I am Matilda Loisel," she said. "I am Matilda Loisel." Her friend uttered a cry of astonishment. So at this, her friend got surprised. She did not believe her eyes. "Oh, my poor Matilda, how have you changed?" she said. "Oh, my poor Matilda, how have you changed?" "Yes, I have had some hard days since I saw you," she said. "Since I met you, I had gone through some hard days and some miserable ones, and all because of you." She said, "All happened because of you." "Because of me? How is that?" She said, "You had to go under hardships because of me. How is that? How it happened?" "You recall the diamond necklace that you loaned me to wear to the minister's ball?" she said. "Do you remember that diamond necklace which you had given me to wear in minister's ball?" "Yes, very well." She said, "Yes, very well remember." "Well, I lost it," she said. "Yes, I lost that necklace." "How is that, since you returned it to me?" She said. "How it can be? You have returned that necklace to me. So, I do not understand how it was lost." "I returned another to you exactly like it," she said. "I returned another necklace which, was looking exactly like that one, and it has taken us 10 years to pay for it. She said it took 10 years to pay for the necklace. You can understand that it was not easy for us who have nothing. She said, you cannot understand that replacing that necklace was not easy for us because we were not rich. We were, we are poor. So it is very hard for us to replace such a costly, such an expensive necklace. But it is finished and I can decently content. She said, now I have paid off all the debts and now I am satisfied. Madame Forestier stopped short. At this, Madame Forestier, surprised, she stopped for short. She said, you say that you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine? Madame Forestier said, you mean you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine? Yes, you did not perceive it then. You were just, they were just alike. She said, yes, you did not find the difference. You did not, see it with your attention, with your full attention, with your great attention. Perceive means, see with great attention. She said, you did not pay, your great attention to it. But I have replaced it. They were just alike. And she smiled with proud and simple joy. Madame Forestier was touched and looked both of her hands as she replied. So now Mrs. Forestier, Madame Forestier, she took her hands and replied, "Oh, my poor Matilda, mine were false." She said, "Oh, my dear Matilda, my necklace was false. It was not original. It was not of diamond. It was false." Dear students, now you can realize what could be the condition of Matilda when she heard these words. That those were false necklace and she had to repay. She had to destroy. She destroyed her whole life for the false necklace. When she came to know this, so really how shocking it was for her. They were not worth over 500 francs. She said those necklaces were, worth only 500 francs. And Matilda had to repay the loan of 1,000 francs and rest 18,000, total 36,000 francs for a false necklace which was of only 5 francs. So dear students, this story tells us how, when sometimes we want to show off, and this showing off can change whole course of our life. So we should always live in reality. Okay? We should not show off. We should accept, we should show others what we are. So never, this story gives us a very beautiful message that we should never show off. Okay? We should accept, we should, love us as we are. Either sometime greediness, what it can do, this chapter is the best example of it. So now let us go through question answers. The course of the Louise's life changed due to the necklace. Comment. So dear students, very beautifully you can answer to this question. So I hope the whole summary is the answer. The whole summary of the chapter is the answer to this question. How she borrowed the necklace, how was she happy, and what happened when she lost her necklace. So how it took 10 years to repay for her necklace. So thus the necklace changed her course of her life. Okay, so I want you to write this answer in detail. What was the cause of Matilda's ruin? How could she have avoided it? So what was the cause of? Yes, greediness, the intention of showing off. The intention of showing off. The cause of Matilda's ruin. How could she stop it? She could have stopped it by avoiding showing off. Okay, so only hint I am giving you, and you have also to write this answer in detail. What would have happened of Matilda if she had confessed to her friend that she had lost her necklace? Yes, if she would have told her reality that she had lost her necklace, then she would not have she could save her life from destroying. She would not have gone through such hardships, but she did not disclose the reality to her friend, so that is why she had to go through such hardships. If you were caught in a situation like this, how would you have deal with it? So I think students, this lesson gives us a very beautiful message. So if we ever will have to go through such condition, such situation, then we should speak the truth. Okay? The characters in this story speak in English. Do you think this is their language? No. Actually, there are so many French words like Madame, Loisel, has been used to address. So that is why we can say that no, it is not their language. So what clues are there in the story about the language its character must be speaking in? So the example which I have given you, Monsieur and Madame, so these are French words have been used in this story. So we can say that they must be speaking in French. Honesty is the best policy. We should be content with what life gives us. Yes, student. We should accept. We should be sacrifice with what the life have given us. You know what is happening even today? People only they want to show off. It is it's a competition that if my neighbor has a the things of luxury, so I should also purchase. So this showing off had ruined many lives. Still, it is ruining. So that is why, students, we should be happy what we have got from God, what the life, what the God has given us. We should be satisfied and we should be thankful to God for this beautiful life. Money or any, materialistic thing, they cannot make our life beautiful. It is us, it is our satisfaction which can make our lives beautiful. So that is why, students, it is very important to be contented, to be satisfied, and thank God for this beautiful life. Don't compare yourself to others and don't try to show off as Matilda did in the story, and she ruined her life. Matilda had, she was not very much poor. Her husband was working in an office of board, so he was earning much to keep their life going, but still she was greedy. Her greediness, what did her greediness do? We have seen in this story. If she would not have borrowed the necklace, her life was going on well, but she was not satisfied. She wanted to show off. She wanted to live the life of, the people of high rank. So this thinking spoiled her life, changed the course of her life. And second thing, if she had lost the necklace, she would have told Madame Forestier. She would not have lied. She would have spoken the truth to her. As we have seen in the end, when she comes to know that because of that false necklace, she had to go under such hardships. She was really also very much sorry for Matilda. If Matilda would have spoken her the truth, then she would not have gone through such hardships. So, dear students, this story gives us two messages and which are very important for our life. First of all, and the very important message which we must take, which we must, follow in our life. First of all, we should be satisfied with what the life has given to us, with what the God has given to us. And we should thank Him daily. Oh God, you have given us a lot, and we are thankful for the same. Don't compare yourself to others. And don't tell a lie. Sometimes showing off, telling lies, not being satisfied may ruin one's life. This story is the best example of it. Okay, so students, this is all about this chapter, and we have discussed all the things, question answers, and no other exercise in this chapter. So now I am going to uh, revise it quickly through the a PDF. Okay, through a PDF file, in which also you will also find, in that you will also find some extra questions and some important facts which must be remembered about this chapter. Okay, students, so let me show you that important facts. You can also take the screenshots. Okay, and you must note down that important facts in your notebook. I will show you where during revision I will show you, I will make you write all the important facts of all the chapters. Okay, so let me show you, and you please ready with the paper and pen to note them down. Let's go through some important points which we must remember about this chapter. Lesson 7, Necklace by Guy Maupassant. So, Mr. Loisel, a clerk who has to save long years even for his hobby, a loving and caring husband who unsuccessfully wishes to keep his wife happy, one evening returns elated bearing a large envelope containing an invitation card, gets ready to spend a big sum to buy a dress to his wife for the occasion, had saved this sum to buy a gun and wished to join some hunting parties, but he is ready to part with it to buy a dress for his wife, but can't afford to buy a fitting jewelry, advises to borrow from Mrs. Forestier, a friend of his wife, contently see her enjoying the dance and words of admiration, half asleep in the one of the little saloons, goes post to pillar to find the lost necklace, but never blames his wife, do extra and pretty work to earn even a few sauce means coins here, currency, French currency, finally manages to restore all. Now, Madame Loisel, a pretty young lady, simple but unhappy, takes herself as error of destiny into a family of clerks, carelessly feels herself born for all delicacies and luxuries. The shabby walls, the worn chairs, torture and anger her. Chairs torture and anger her. Throws the invitation spitefully upon the table. Complains nothing fitting to wear for her occasion. Buys a pretty rich dress and spent a big saving for it. The day of the ball approached. Still she seemed sad, disturbed, anxious because she did not have matching jewelry. She happily visits her friend and borrows a shining diamond necklace. Enjoys the dance elegantly and happy to hear the word of admiration. Coming home, she finds the necklace missing, anxiously looks for it everywhere, but left with despair and repentance. Both decide to return buying the same piece of jewelry, but it takes them everything, saving pleasure, hobby, and family time, and even their age. finally able to repay with dignity and honesty, accidentally meets a friend years later who wants to know the reason of her misery. It's because of you, she meekly complains. The revelation that the necklace that she borrowed was just a fake one shocks and startles everyone. But it is too late. They had to pay hard for a false necklace for showing a mere fallacy. So, these are some important facts which you should also note down in your notebook. Okay, you can take the screenshots. Okay, I'm showing you once again. You can take the screenshot and you can note them down in your notebook. It will help you during quick revision. Okay. Okay, now you can take a screenshot for the same. Okay, so during revision I will make you write such important facts from all the chapters. Okay, and it will be very helpful for you. Okay students, so thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.